I'd like to steal another genre. Gaffes affecting pageants and or beauty contests.
Okay.
I think this is another iconic one that many people are probably aware of. And this one is funny both because of the cringy way that it played out and was corrected, but also because of who it is and that he's just kind of a funny person in general and the way he reacts to things and announces things. The man who made the gaffe is also the current host of Family Feud. The man himself, Mr. Steve Harvey. But in 2015, Steve Harvey was the host for the last time in his career of the Miss Universe competition. And everything went down. It all came to the very end. And at the exact most pivotal moment, he read the wrong name for the ultimate winner of the 2015 Miss Universe competition. He read out loud on stage that Miss Columbia had won Miss Universe. They put the crown on that girl's head. They gave her flowers. The confetti fell from the ceiling. The crowd cheered and cheered. Steve Harvey realized what he had done as all this raucous stuff was happening and just sort of wandered off stage and was like, oh, and just like left. And after all of that, the hype of winning Miss Universe, he came back out and they like announced it, and they had to take the crown off of the first girl's head and put it on to the actual winner. And like after the fact, he said like, oh well, they gave me the names in a different order or something, and there was a misunderstanding. Blah. It's just such a classic, like, you gotta read, man. You gotta read the words.
That's a great topic. I'm gonna steal that category. He does not get full ownership of it because a similar thing at a more prestigious award ceremony, I think.
Damn.
The Academy Awards in 2017, when they announced the winner of Best Picture, and I watched it all happen and I saw the shame in their eyes. They said, as they opened the envelope,
La La Land.
That's
right, in 2017 at the Oscars.
They said La La Land, and
prematurely announced that La La Land had won the award for Best Picture. And the entire cast crew went up on stage, and they walked up there, they were like,
but then they were like,
yippee!
Oh no! Then the officials came out in all their robes and stuff and their crowns. They had crowns because they were like in charge of the Academy gods and overlords, and they walked in and they ripped it. They actually cut the hands off of the actor. I think Emma, they cut her hands off because she wouldn't let go of it, and they had to give it over to Moonlight, which actually won.
I'm going to steal this category with an even older and even more important Oscars gaffe. In 2014 at the Academy Awards, John Travolta had the honor of introducing the singer of then hit song Let It Go to sing the song live at the Academy Awards, but he did not even attempt to pronounce Idina Menzel's name correctly. He basically just farted out some random sounds, and it was not her name at all, and it was the most embarrassing flub introduction. Way more embarrassing than that thing Mark was talking about.
Circling back to the beauty pageant route, which is the better topic, and I'm stealing it all back. I forget who it was, but there was someone that was asked a question about something in the Middle East, and they kept saying like, I think the Iraq, and then we should do that. And I can't remember what it was, but it was so famous everyone knows what I'm talking about anyway.
It was famous, you're right. That thing I was talking about, Miss South Carolina could not come up with an answer to a very simple geopolitical question. She just said, and I a lot, and such as.
And speaking of such as, and being very famous, just 3 weeks ago, more topical, which the more topical, the better for the gaffe, I think, because it's more fresh in people's minds, and I believe that should be awarded more points. Elon Musk, or as way you know, Ellen, was driving and live streaming while he was testing out the Tesla's autopilot software to showcase how safe it was, ran a red light. His car tried to go through a red light. He had to intervene in the middle of a live stream that he was doing in the car to show off how safe it was. And it desperately tried to run that red light, and he had to stop it. And then he reportedly went back to his engineers and said in a very loud, authoritative, genius-like tone, "You need to program this right."
Is me saying Elon Musk also a gaffe? Is that a double gaffe?
Can I have the points for it if it is?
That's really Wade's gaffe.
Someone will get points for it, sure.
Well, speaking of Ellen, Ellen DeGeneres is a pretty well-known talk show host, but I think possibly the best-known talk show host of all time, Oprah, is the most topical and interesting place where you could possibly have a gaffe. And in 2005, Tom Cruise was talking to Oprah about his relationship with Katie Holmes. It was a big obsession of the tabloids, and Oprah interviewed him over the summer of 2005 and wanted all the juicy details. And Tom just went crazy. He grabbed Oprah's hands. He was jumping up and down on the couch next to Oprah, just screaming like, "I love Katie! I love Katie Holmes!" It's so funny. It has several references in Family Guy and other comedy shows.
Scary Movie 3 or 4, yeah.
Craziest talk show gaffe of all time. And it has Oprah in it. Craziest talk show host of all time.
I think that talk show is such an inferior form of television when Saturday Night Live is clearly the most superior one and most opportune for gaffes. Remember Ashley Simpson? Bet you don't, because her career was over after the year of 2004 of our Lord. She was lip syncing her way to success, but after the commercial break returned to do another song, and the first song of that night played all over again, clearly indicating that Ashley Simpson was not singing, and then she did her infamous Ashley Simpson shuffle, just an awkward dance as the rest of the song slowly played out live for everyone to see. Pretty much immediately ended her career at that moment.
On the topic of pop stars having gaffes, possibly the most famous pop star of all time, Mariah Carey, because it was on New Year's Rockin' Eve 2016, Mariah Carey literally phoned in a performance so hard, and it was partially because of technical problems and all kinds of other stuff, but she phoned in a lip syncing performance so hard that it was like embarrassing in the moment. They immediately issued, after the performance was over, a response apology, sling and blame at Dick Clark because it's his Rockin' Eve.
Well, I gotta tell you, like, Mariah Carey pales in comparison to the pop star known as Shakira, who I must say has never made a gaffe in her entire life. Not a single one in the entire career she's ever spanned. Period.
Okay, I was waiting for the butt, and those hips don't lie.